Continue our Super Tuesday coverage. Congressman Tom Tancredo has been blistering in his criticism of President Bush's plan for immigration reform, even calling it despicable. While many conservatives may agree, Congressman Tancredo is still working to gain traction in his campaign for president. Congressman, welcome to MSNBC Super Tuesday. Great to have you.
It's a pleasure, Monica, to join you.
Let's talk about New Hampshire, where you said that if elected, you would ask Congress to withdraw Social Security taxes from employee wages and then use that revenue to make it easier to track and deport illegal immigrants. Do you think Congress would consider such a measure?
Actually, I didn't say that. What I said was that we need to go after the employer. That's the primary magnet that's drawing so many thousands of people into this country. It's the employer, and it's that magnet we have to cut off. And to do that, we have to use the Social Security check system, forcing all employers to use something that is now voluntary to make sure that their employees are legal. If we did that, if we actually broke that magnet between the employer and all of the illegal aliens, you'd see a mass migration, frankly, of illegal aliens, and we would have this problem to a large extent solved, really.
Given the fact that there was so much talk about illegal immigration this summer, but ultimately nothing was done, do you think that something can really happen here?
Well, I'd be surprised if anything can happen in this session of the Congress, that's for sure, because everybody on the other side is so committed to some sort of amnesty. And if they can't get amnesty, they're not going to do anything else. And so we have enough votes to stop them from doing amnesty. Therefore, I don't know what can actually develop out of this. But frankly, that's going to be the case for a long, long time. It is going to take a president of the United States to do something about this issue. It will really not emanate out of the Congress ever.
And it is at the heart of your platform. Do you believe that you can win on that issue?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't even think of it as an issue. People say to me all the time, "Are you a one-issue candidate?" And I say, well, if you want to say that, at least I have one, which separates me from the crowd. But it's more than an issue. It is actually a phenomena. It has really scores of issues attached to it. And if you think about it, education, health care, prison systems, the environment, national security issues, all of them really are a component of this thing that we call immigration.
Let me ask you this. I was looking at a Newsweek piece where you were profiled from more than a year ago, April 3rd of 2006, and they said Tancredo may not be a household name yet, but he's doing everything he can to change that. And of course, the focus of the piece was the immigration debate. But voters don't seem, or potential voters don't seem to be responding to you in the polls, at least. Why is it not resonating?
Well, it's interesting because, of course, I see polls also. Then we go into the Iowa caucus, and I placed fourth, and frankly, no. And when I went the day before the Iowa caucus, the Iowa straw poll, excuse me, the poll said I was going to have like 1 or 2%. It was really quite different. A lot of people, I think, will cast a vote at the time that they're in that voting booth and do so for somebody they can actually be excited about. And I think, at least I hope I offer them that, because I actually believe in issues. They are really what motivates me, and the things that I say are things that I will do.
Let me ask you a question. Someone like Congressman Ron Paul, he has used the internet tremendously to his benefit. It's not getting him up in the polls necessarily, but certainly resonating with a lot of young people, getting him a lot of recognition out there. What's your strategy looking ahead?
Well, our strategy is to try to do well in 2 states, Iowa and New Hampshire. And if we can do well enough in those, and I don't have to win them, but I have to do well enough so that we can propel this thing to the next stage. That is, of course, Super Tuesday. That's a requirement of most.
How long can you reasonably stay in the race, sir?
It's really a question. It's not so much a question of what I want or reasonably expect. It is a question, really, frankly, of the amount of money that we can raise. Without it, you really are not a viable candidate in any state. You can continue to be in the race and go to the debates and stand there and be a bookend, which is, of course, what happens to a lot of us on that second tier. But you have to raise the money, and if we can't...
With 5 days left in the third quarter, how have you done, sir?
I have, to tell you the truth, I haven't the foggiest idea. I know it is not as good as we did in the quarter before, but I have absolutely no idea how much we've raised so far.
Congressman Tom Tancredo, thanks so much for joining us on Super Tuesday. We appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.